Other than Circus Circus, Excalibur is the lowest rated mega hotel on the Strip. It's also the cheapest. Is it worth staying there? That's debatable. Excalibur was like a really nice hotel like 25 years ago, but it's had very little updating and the theme has not really aged well. Themed hotels have kind of gone out of style, and the castle theme of Excalibur is probably the worst example of that. But just because it hasn't had any major updates doesn't mean it hasn't been maintained. When I walk through Excalibur, I've always thought it was well kept. The carpets are clean-ish, and nothing really stands out as dirty. That's as opposed to Circus Circus. When I walk through there, I can't believe how dingy and gross it felt. Another benefit of Excalibur over Circus Circus is the location isn't terrible. It's not the most desirable, but it's okay. So if it's well kept, and the location's okay, and you can get past the tackiness, does that mean everything's perfect? Well, not quite. There's a few problems to keep in mind. The first is the quality control is not that great. If someone does some small damage at a room at the Wynn, that's a huge deal. They'll fix it till it's perfect. At Excalibur, they'll do a band-aid fix. At somewhere like Excalibur, if you complain about your room, they'll just have you change rooms. That's not to say that every room is bad, but if something like this is a huge deal to you, you might want to book a higher end place. It's all about what you can tolerate. Some people just want a place to pass out at the end of the night, and some people are completely repulsed by black spots in the caulking. Personally, I have no problem with the quality. I would never notice something like this. As long as the sheets are clean, little stuff like this doesn't bother me. But what would bother me is the people. The cheap prices just attract a cheaper crowd. It's like going to Walmart on the first day of the month. I imagine most people there own one of those beer helmets. Another thing to keep in mind with Excalibur that could either be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Excalibur is very kid friendly, which is fantastic, except for it attracts a lot of kids. Some people have a huge problem with kids in Vegas. I don't. Bring your kids to Vegas. But if I have my choice, and I do, I'll stay somewhere that there's less kids running around. If I ever brought my kids to Vegas, maybe we'd stay at Excalibur, I don't know. But on an adults only trip, no way. So if I were on a budget, trying to save money, little stuff doesn't bother me, don't mind the tackiness, would I stay at Excalibur? Probably not, but that's just because the Link, Harrah's, Flamingo, they're the same type of price for the same type of quality. Much better location.